You are welcome to yet another episode of LFN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. While there isn't any conclusive evidence that was shown to prove that R. Kelly did have any relations with a one Azriel Clary when she was allegedly still 17 during the New York trial, the R&B King was still judged unfairly and shockingly found guilty on accounts to do with this same woman, and even without empiric proof, the judge and her jury of 12 chose to believe her story and not that one of the defense, leading to the wrongful conviction we all know of. While this may appear like the basic and more obvious reason the defense would contest the New York conviction, what in fact stands out the most when it comes to this Azriel story is the fact that while the Brooklyn federal judge feels R. Kelly should have known that Azriel was only 17 years and about 9 months old when things allegedly started happening between them, the whole United States Homeland Police Department had miserably failed at the same task when they allegedly stormed a hotel where Kelly and Azriel were, in response to a call that suggested he had been involved with her in one of the many hotel rooms. While the details of this story have not been made clear to the public, what we know and what is actually very important to note is that even the police who came to the hotel and checked her were not able to tell that she was indeed 17, and left with a whole 3 months or so to turn into a consenting adult woman. Meanwhile, this story, which on the other hand is backed up with proper evidence, reveals that the alleged R. Kelly victim possessed a clean ID that suggested she was 18, an ID that she showed to the police officers and was confirmed as valid by the same team. Meanwhile, while the police officers are well trained for their job and specifically on how to identify suspicious people in order to quickly investigate them, they are also equipped with all kinds of modern technology to enable them unearth any background information for any U.S. citizen that possesses any form of identification. The ID scan technology allows them to determine so many things about anybody, and if there had been any reason to suspect that Azriel Clary could have been 17 and not yet 18, they would have detected this. The fact that trained police officers were not able to discover the truth of her age, but for some reason the judicial officers believe that R. Kelly should have known she was actually left with 3 months to get to 18 makes the whole case against him a total sham that should never have ended in a conviction, especially on account of this particular alleged victim. Just why would an ordinary citizen as R. Kelly be expected to investigate better than the police to know a woman's age, especially when she and her own parents deliberately deceived him she was 18? And when she was moving around with an ID to prove she was an adult woman? Anyone would have failed the test. Meanwhile, it's not uncommon that women who are 17 and almost crossing over to 18 like to say they are 18 in a way of rounding off their age to the nearest whole number, suggesting that R. Kelly was the one hunting down a woman who took time to lie she was of age in order to get him, and with the help of her parents made him believe she was telling the truth is not just wrong, but also an indication of a failing justice system where judges no longer want to think a little beyond their nose. It is these areas that we expect the appeal judges to interrogate, in order to best understand why so much can be expected of an ordinary citizen, when there is record to show that even the trained police personnel just couldn't figure out this accuser's age. Someone should be made to account for the lies Azriel and her parents pulled off on R. Kelly to lead him into believing that it was okay to be with their daughter. And R. Kelly shouldn't be paying for this with jail time and hundreds of thousands of dollars in restitutions. By ruling against R. Kelly, the New York judge is not helping the community at all, considering many young girls will now think they can actually make a living and wealth off leading older men into believing they are of age and sleeping with them, only to later turn them in as offenders to run off rich with restitutions money. I mean, what's there to value in real work that requires them to hustle for a living when they now know they can make a killing like this? Many lawless parents in this country will also get to think that they can lead their daughters into this kind of arrangement and gain from the monies received from the extortion scheme. And speaking of extortion, it will also make the government and their judicial counterparts agents of crime who support extortion schemes through such I love you scums by underage girls in cahoots with their parents. Of what help is it to spoil a whole nation of young girls trying to help such a potentially criminal family to make hundreds of thousands of dollars through such a scheme in which they exchange their daughter for dime? It's a shame on America. According to Mindy Stein, So many things have been said about Azriel Clary in relation to the case against R. Kelly, but here is what I have managed to conceive of it all. The young woman managed to tell the truth only once, and that was during her first interview with Gayle King, where she appeared with her colleague Jocelyn Savage at the Trump Towers, and the two did a good job narrating exactly what happened, and what kind of people their parents were. At this interview, Azriel made it clear that her parents were only out to get money from R. Kelly, and the whole relationship was a setup for him to fall into a trap. She also told on her father, who according to her had been calling R. Kelly and threatening that if he didn't send $20,000 to his bank account immediately, he would release intimate pictures with his daughter in the public realm in a way to destroy his career. Why the court would choose not to believe this authentic story that was told before the woman's mind got corrupted by the BOP leaks, and instead believe what came after the flip is hard to understand. But in any case, usually when the jury and judge are already corrupted and want to see R. Kelly declared a criminal, they just cannot look deeper or think a little beyond the nose. They definitely got the satisfaction that their opinion of him was accurate all along after feasting on the many episodes of the surviving R. Kelly documentary, and this compromised the entire case, leading to the wrongful convictions we all witnessed. Azriel Clary should just keep R. Kelly's name out of her mouth, for she has done enough damage already. According to Mauricio, appeal judges will definitely be stunned to learn that the details they expect R. Kelly should have known even the police were not able to get. It's rather difficult to understand why the trial judge assumed R. Kelly could have known she was lying to him all along, and that her parents' role in this is insignificant to be either dealt with, or even considered when passing judgment on R. Kelly. Also remember, it is largely because of Azriel that R. Kelly was charged with RICO, as though to suggest that he operated a gang of criminals, something that is not true. The Mann Act charges in relation to her also remain very questionable and should never have been indicted. The New York appeal is yet to disclose so much with regard to how R. Kelly was wrongfully convicted at the end of a prejudicial trial. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sashalfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.